110 years ago. I mean, more or less, that is, but that's not actually the important part. Anyway, back then, I was the captain of Squad 5. My lieutenant was Sosuke Aizen. Kiryu Hikifune was promoted and left her seat as captain of Squad 12 vacant. The captain of Squad 2, Yoruichi, recommended Kisuke for the open position, Kisuke Urahara. When you're above others, you can sympathize with underlings, but you should never ingratiate yourself. That's what I told him, probably because he reminded me of myself. After a while, Kisuke founded the Department of Research and Development. Hiyori was his lieutenant, and she wasn't doing a bad job at all. Anyway, 101 years ago, accidents started taking place. People had started mysteriously disappearing from the Rukon district in the Soul Society. The only thing that was left behind were their clothes. Now, to be clear, they didn't die. Instead, they completely stopped existing as people. Kisuke sent Hiyori to look into it, fearing that it could be some new kind of disease or something. And then, that very night, the head captain called a meeting of all the captains to discuss the situation. The spiritual pressures of the captain and lieutenant of Squad 9 who were out investigating the accident had disappeared seemingly with no reason. The honor of our entire organization rested on solving this case. A special task force of captain-class units, aided by Hachi, the Kido expert, was created and sent to investigate. I was part of that task force. In the course of our duties, we found a masked Soul Reaper attacking Hiyori. The way that he growled and his spiritual pressure were exactly the same as a Hollow's. We saved Hiyori, and Hachi used his Bakudo to stop the Berserk Soul Reaper. But that was just the start. A mask appeared on Hiyori's face, and she attacked me out of nowhere. And at the same time, a traitor killed most of us. And then...
Please, I'm asking you, don't put the blame on him, Captain Hidako.
I got it, or so I thought. Now I get that I didn't get it, but I'd been gotten instead. I'd chosen him as my lieutenant in order to keep an eye on him, since he was such a dangerous and untrustworthy man.
You had no idea that for the last month, the person who was walking behind you wasn't actually me at all. I have the ability to create a wide range of illusions. That is the true ability of my Zanpakuto Kyoka Suigetsu. That power is called Kanzen Saimin, complete hypnosis.
My suspicions kept my eye keen, but he ended up using that to his advantage. You see, he actually managed to trick my very eyes.
In fact, I chose you, Captain Hidako. Transparent treachery is nothing to fear. What's truly frightening is treachery that can't be detected.
The next thing you know, he put a mask on my face too. Aizen's goal was experimenting with the holification of Soul Reapers.
Captain Hidako, goodbye. You people made for truly magnificent pawns.
As it turns out, all of us had been cluelessly playing right into his plan all along. As for the rest, I only know about it from what Kisuke told me later on. Kisuke and Tessai Tsukabishi, the Kido commander, rushed in to put an end to the whole mess, but Aizen and his folks managed to escape. With the aid of time stop and space dislocation, 2 Forbidden Kido, Kisuke brought us back to Squad 12's barracks, still hollowified. Kisuke did his best to use the Hogyoku to heal us, but he wasn't able to. When the next morning rolled around, both him and Tessai ended up being arrested by the Central 46, and after all that, Kisuke was expelled from the Soul Society for life. After using us as proof of Kisuke's actually non-existent crimes, they decided that they wanted to execute us as Hollows. Everything that was happening was all part of the plan that Aizen had concocted. He's one thorough guy, you gotta give him that. This was, of course, the worst possible ending for us, and so we picked the least terrible strategy. We managed to escape the Soul Society, along with some help that was provided by Yoruichi Shihoen. To be honest, I was pretty mad about the whole thing. I mean, having to escape even though I hadn't done anything bad. Soon after, we reached the world of the living, where Kisuke gave us Gigai with a spiritual pressure masking function. That kept us hidden for more than a century. We waited patiently and prepared for the day that we knew was going to come, sooner or later. That's the way that all of us ended up in the world of the living, together as the group known as the Visored. Kisuke said there was no miscalculation, and that was the biggest miscalculation, as I suppose should have been expected. In the end, everything turned out for the worst. We truly do owe a great deal to Kisuke, as we do to Aizen as well.